I am Kim Zarevac. I run the property management department and have been enjoying property management for the past 15 years. I also am the leasing executive, so I'm in that beautiful position whereby I get to meet new clients. And it is during that time that I like to be able to assure them that by trusting us means that they have somebody with my experience that is available to provide them with knowledge and advice at any given time. So they can expect myself to be very, very involved during the first process of marketing their property, subsequently finding a great tenant for them and organising all those small steps until the tenant is actually moved in. It's at that point that they are introduced to their dedicated property manager, and that property manager would then liaise with them very closely. And that is a little bit different to how other departments run their property management teams.
Kim was a very straight talker. She actually came and said, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do this. And I thought, she picked things that my less experienced eye had overlooked. And she was fantastic. She explained where I'd been going wrong in terms of advertising, what needed to be done physically on the house. Talked through her strategy, was absolutely upfront with all costs, so there were no surprises. So I went into it with my eyes open, as well as knowing exactly what I had to do. And the place was let within a week. I just walked away and then it just happened. And the money started appearing in the bank account, so, it was okay by me.
We find out as much information as we can, so it's like a background check on tenants, and that's very, very important because we want to ensure that we're placing the right person in the right property. We find that doing that process correctly the first time around ensures that we have a trouble-free tenancy and we establish a very nice relationship with the tenants, and that's important, again, as I said, for them to feel valued and also important. Works both ways.
They've always got good tenants. We've never had an issue in regards to a tenant missing a payment or anything like that. So we've been pretty good about it. When we spoke to Kim and Kate, sort of going, no, they really honestly have the client's best intentions at heart, and they love their job, I guess, and that makes a hell of a difference.
And it is obviously, I think it's good value for money, otherwise I wouldn't do it. But the thing that I like about it is the fact that it's the convenience attached to it.
The reason that we are employed by our owners is to oversee not only their investment but also to be their voice, to be the conduit between the tenant and the owner and be able to ensure that their instructions and that their wishes are being upheld.
Look, I have no problem whatsoever recommending Peter Blackshaw and Kim and Kate and to anyone. I've recommended to a few people. When they've come and asked and spoke to us about it, I say, because they always ask you who you're with, and I say, well, I'm with Peter Blackshaw and Kim and the likes. Okay, I joke and say if I don't want to share them, but I honestly believe they're quite capable of looking after everyone's property quite well.
I will encourage them to come, meet with me at the property, let's walk through, let's see what can be done to not only improve the value of your return, but also to maintain your investment. And that's a very important thing that people do need to understand, that by doing maintenance along the way and improvements, what it's doing is actually maintaining the value of their home. And in turn, it will attract a better tenant and also a better rent return. So it's a win-win for everybody.
I haven't lost sleep at all, and as I said earlier, quite honestly, apart from if I didn't get the fortnightly statement sent me an email, I'd forget about it. I'd even had these units.